Now when my ADHD starts to spiral, I come back to the absolute bare minimum. I don't try to fix my entire life. I try to stop it from falling apart. And that shift changed everything for me. So I've noticed that when I'm overwhelmed, I'm tired, and things just becoming too much, my instincts used to be to add more on my plate, to do more and to change everything I possibly can. More routines, more rules, more things I should be doing. And every time that made things worse because I'm already overwhelmed. So adding more to that just absolutely burned me out. So now when my ADHD starts to spiral, I come back to the absolute bare minimum. The things that I have to do to stay mentally okay. And this isn't my ideal life or the best version of myself. This is the absolute baseline, the absolute minimum I have to do to not completely fall apart. The stuff that keeps me functioning as a dad, a husband, as a cop, and I show up as good as I possibly can at this time, even when my brain isn't cooperating. And if you've been watching me for a while and you're following me maybe on Instagram, you know that the absolute fundamental for me is movement. It's not a training plan. It's not aiming for a specific goal. It's just moving my body on purpose. If I don't move my body intentionally, my patience drops, my thoughts are spiraling, my stress levels go up, and everything just feels so much harder. And yeah, some days it is a workout. Some days it's just a walk. And some days it's just 5 minutes of stretching to reset my head and to keep the momentum going. So for me then it's not about was that enough, but did I move at all? And that matters. And food is the other thing. It's such an important part of how we deal with our ADHD. When I skip meals or eat too much junk, my ADHD spirals, my thoughts drift, and I can feel the energy drop. And then I'll be more impulsive, more irritable. I have no patience with my kids, no patience with my wife. And I'm usually a pretty easygoing guy, so I really feel that. So with my diet, my minimum is simple. Eat regularly, prioritize protein, and don't let myself get to a point where I'm absolutely starving. My diet is absolutely not perfect. I eat a lot of rubbish too, and I enjoy my food. But I also know when it's enough, I have to take a step back and just focus on the fundamentals again. And to be honest, this took me a long time to learn. I don't have unlimited energy, even if, it looks like it sometimes. Too many late nights, too much stimulation, too many commitment, and my ADHD goes absolutely crazy. So sometimes the most reasonable thing I can do is to say no, or go to bed, or choose rest over productivity. And I know that that is easier said than done. It's a learning process, right? So it's just something that we keep having to put in the forefront of our minds and remind ourselves that these are really the fundamentals of how we function better. And last but not least is how I talk to myself. And this might be the most important one. When I mess up, I don't beat myself up anymore. Most of the time I even laugh about myself and just shake my head and say, mate, you're so stupid. But in a funny way, all right? So I'm not judging myself because I don't need another voice telling me I should be better. Now I talk to myself the way I would talk to a friend or would talk to my kids. I encourage them. I give them some good advice and stay positive. And to be fair, self-compassion doesn't fix everything, but it stops one bad day turning into a bad week or even into a bad month. And then we spiral into that downhill where it's going to be so hard to get back out. And look, I also have to be really honest here with you. Some weeks I'm on top of all of this, and some weeks not so much, and I barely had the basics together. But I did learn that protecting the minimums keeps me from burning out completely and to bounce back so much easier and so much faster. And that's enough to keep me going and to keep me mentally stable, to keep me positive, to enjoy life. So now, if you're watching this and you're feeling overwhelmed, you feel behind, or you're just absolutely exhausted, I want you to know that you don't need to optimize your entire life. You might just have to protect your baseline. And let me know in the comments below, what is your baseline? What is something that you know you have to do to just function in a normal way? So if you like my content, if you find this relatable and you found this helpful in any way, make sure to give me a follow or subscribe to the channel. Share the video with other ADHDers who need to hear this, who need some positivity in their life. And by now I'll put a video up here. I'm not sure what it is yet, but it will be something that's probably going to be helpful for you at this point. And remember, you're good the way you are, and I'll see you in the next one.